So this is Anunnaki origins of magic. So in pre-Sumerian or Sumerian, they say that the word for magic, right, is magamut, right? Magamut is the Sumerian word for magic. Hotep, hotep, I say. So that is the Sumerian word for magic, mugamu or wugamu, right? It deals directly with a substance called melanin, okay? Because in order to perform magic, you have to tap into the celestial realms and the primordial darkness, the void. Make sure y'all share this video, everybody. You have to step into the void, and you have to be able to bring that energy from the astral, from the spaces unseen, and you have to be able to manifest that energy here. So it was called Mugamu, or just the Wu. And this is what I teach. I teach Nuwaku. You know what I'm saying? The way of the Wu, the way of the water. Because you're pulling that celestial energy down and you're tapping into the tone or the key of the earth as well. And you're pulling that energy down and you're able to manifest it through certain things. Okay, so you use your tools and stuff like that, like you use incantations. You know, as they say in Sumerian, it would also be incantations that they would use and certain seals that they would use. I'll turn my headphones up. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? So it was certain. Here, let me just take these off. All right, hopefully y'all can hear me now. So it was certain incantations that were spoken, certain seals that were used in those times. In Babylon, where we cast spells and where you learned magic. This is why they, like I said, they try to kill Babylon. Because this is where you learned how to cast spells. What is a spell? A spell is an intent or a written incantation that is spoken or recited, right? In a certain tone, in a certain key, in a certain frequency. There we go. So as I sit here at sun gaze, I was just pondering on, what should I make a video about? So this is the Sumerian origins of magic. So when you were able to tap into that, and this goes into the pre-Kemetic teachings of the Dijedi, or the Dijedi, who were masters of the Kundalini force, or just the force or the key tone of earth within the human body. They were able to levitate. They were able to build the pyramids. A lot of people have this idea as well that the pyramids were built by using telekinesis. So, and in ancient times, things were way more advanced than what they are now. They just hide the fact that we had such advanced technologies that humans actually fell themselves. As the gods fell, so that the humans fell, because the gods are the humans. This is what people are failing to realize. You are the gods. Ye are gods. You are the human. Human means God man. Just like you have mankind, you have kind of like a man, all those different areas, because we're not all bunched into one category. We come from very different, many star races. We come from very many different places. The origins of DNA, deoxyribonucleose nucleotide. Oxy, D, talks about Diana. That is also a combination of Aldebaran and Orion. Oxy, the ox. That's also another part of Aldebaran, the bull, or Taurus. The rib is a constellation. You know what I'm saying? The tide, that is Nu. They show her in Kemet doing the yoga pose over the world.
So what you were doing when you were tapping into the Mugamu, or to the origins or the celestial energies of magic, is it is said that the origins of magic came from Inkai himself, or came from Ea himself, from Abzu, the celestial waters, the primordial force. And he brought that here and taught mankind incantations, spells, seals. This is why you see the Akkadians on the tablets and stuff shaking hands. This is how they passed along information, through their hand chakras, using psychosymmetry. Psychosymmetry is a psychic ability, right, guys, where can exchange information using your hand. It's pretty much like telepathic hand. Some people call it the Gnostic palm, and it's when you exchange information via hand. They actually just Google Anunnaki handshake, and you'll see them shaking hands with their staffs and their lions and shit. So it was definitely a interesting time, so to speak, when all of the earth practiced magic. But I want to say this and bring this up because now magic is becoming mainstream. So now you guys have to be careful, because a lot of people are getting drawn to the magic realm. So when you get drawn to the magic realm, just know that as soon as you enter the magic realm, there's a big old door that knocks, that alerts everybody that's doing magic that you're there, that you're going to be pulling from that pool of energy. So, it also talks about gatekeepers. There's certain people who are gatekeepers of certain realms, and they have physical bodies. Everything has a physical manifestation. That is the shamanic view. The shamanic view is that everything is one, that you can see all realms at once. And you see that how certain things manifest through certain vessels, through certain jars, so to speak, or certain vessels. And this is what I was trying to show y'all with the Lil Wayne video, how they were showing him with the cup. And y'all notice he was sitting there on the thing, and he had the cup full of blood, and that was a Sumerian ritual. Y'all don't understand that if you want to see a live freaking ritual, turn on a video on YouTube. You'll see niggas doing rituals all day. This niggas is doing rituals. This nigga was doing a ritual to Alalu. He's sitting there, and it's called the video "Don't Cry, Don't Go." And he's sitting there, and then he has the nuns, and he's got all these weapons. That's why he's got all these weapons and shit inside there. He's got all these missiles and stuff, because Alalu was said to have hidden weapons in Africa, right? And it's a whole deep thing. I'll break that down some other time. But Sumerian origins of magic. So when you were able to tap into that force of energy and tap into it and feel it and allow that energy to flow through you, you were able to levitate. You were able to do certain miraculous and supernatural things. And this is how you became a Dijedi. The school of Tahuti is the school of the Jedi, because it was taught the Dijedi Hudi, who taught masters of the force. And it also talked about how you, like it says, you have dominion over all things by using your mind. You can become one with the animals around you, like Dr. Doolittle, and next thing you know, you can communicate with animals. There's stones and crystals that actually help you communicate with animals. So, like, I have one here that I'm using. So when you tap into the Magamu, the force, you're tapping into the etheric energy, that gaseous state where thought and solidness and liquid kind of come together, but they're not together. And then that's where you're pulling that energy from. You're pulling it from the primordial zoo, or the primordial Abzu. So like I said, through spells, incantations, hand signs, hand seals, they were very, very 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 dope. So like what else can I think about? Let's see. Let's see. So yeah, so Mu Gamu, that is the celestial origins of magic, right? So when you're performing certain spells, incantation, jar magic has been around since Babylon, since the pre-times, where they were using certain herbs, certain things. You know, it said that Inky came and taught humans how to use the herbs and minerals of the earth. And this is why it's saying that you can use this, because for every disease on earth or dis-ease on earth, you know, when you have a dis-ease, that means you have something inside your chakra system that is causing you to be dis-ease, and a dis-ease or a discomfort or something like that, an ailment. So it's all these different herbs and minerals upon the earth that we need to. I definitely got to start taking some of these things, but I'm going on a whole transition soon, so change everything. Like that's chaos. But yeah, so when you're doing magic, you have to be careful. You have to protect yourself. What it is you're learning how to open and close portals to certain frequencies, and allowing certain frequencies to come, or creating certain auras around things to where things attract certain stuff. So you know, you have to be careful, because you're it's not necessarily you that's doing the magic. It's the spirits that are around you that are going to move in the unseen realms to do that magic, to manifest that will, to manifest that desire, to manifest what it is that you seek to come to fruition. So you have to be careful. First thing first is you always have to protect yourself. You got to walk softly, carry a big stick, you know, because you're in another realm. Magic is the realm between realms where it's everything aligns, and you become to manifest your will through signs, through symbols. Like I said on my thing, I just seen a symbol in a sign just now, the dragonfly, which represents metamorphosis. It represents change. So yeah, the pyramids were built, and a lot of these monuments were built using telepathic ability. A lot of the times, they can't even predate how old this shit is. They're like, we don't even know how old it is. Like, we haven't even been around that long. And then you got the fact that there was a flood on the earth, so a lot of shit was covered up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit, and a lot of shit now is about to happen too. We're about to have a lot of different cataclysmic events that are going to shift the Earth's energy. Its tectonic plates are going to be shifting. We're going to have a lot of different stuff. And if y'all notice, we don't even have, they're trying to control the weather. They're trying to keep the weather, you know, different. And we're living in some weird times right now. If y'all really notice, if y'all really just sit back and look, y'all notice that we live in some interesting times. So let's see. So when you're doing black magic, you're tapping into the melanin in Sumerian. It was called, what is it called? It's called Mila. Mila, where it's the origin of melanin. So when you're tapping into black magic, you're tapping into the dark forces. You're tapping into that primordial energy. You're tapping into the darker energies of the of Earth and of the different dimensions, and you're manifesting that here. So you have people who are masters of positive energy and negative energy. You have people who are just solely masters of negative energy. And that's when it gets bad, because you have to balance the light and the dark. Yet the light might be an illusion, and you might exist, everything might all exist in triple darkness. There's different rules that apply to each realm and dimension that we go through, each stage of consciousness that we go through. Just like the subconscious, me and my bro were talking about, like the subconscious is on a repeat. It's in a ritual. This is why people have repetitive dreams, because their subconscious mind is dealing with feeling. It's dealing with what's at the bottom of your gut. It's dealing with that feelings that you are not addressing, the things you're not addressing. So this is because I had the same repeating dream for like a year now, and it was crazy. And I finally figured out the dream, because you go through the dream, and then you be in the dream so well, you learn how to navigate through the dream. So that's your subconscious. That's the underworld. Think about it. What is hell? Living the worst day of your life, or the worst dream of your life, over and over and over again. You created that because you didn't deal with the emotions, you know. Yeah, and harp. Yeah, they got harp. They're using harp to bro. They're blowing the aluminum foil. Like they're doing drills and shit everywhere. Like this. If y'all didn't think we was in martial law, we are in martial law. We're here. What? We weren't going to be in what? Look around you. It's martial law. There is a border around the United States. You can barely even like drive or leave the United States. Like there's like they're trying to build a wall. Just like some shit in like Jericho or some shit like that. The walls of Jericho or some biblical shit. Like California just had 2 earthquakes. Going to probably have more. And I tell everybody it will return to being an island. This place was once an island. It will return to being an island because that's how it was. And the earth is shifting as human consciousness becomes higher. The earth starts to vibrate because no matter what, we are in tune with the earth. We are one with the earth. So when you're one with the earth reacts how you react. This is how you got to learn self-control. You got to learn discipline because having the power of shifting and moving the earth at your very thought. If you imagine if you had a wrong thought, you fucking cause an earthquake or some shit. So like, think about it as you guys grow in consciousness, as you begin to practice more Mugamu, you know, pulling from the celestial realms of Sirius, and these different constellations are what emanate our reality. These are what create our reality, these realms. So you're tapping into certain magical systems, you're starting into certain celestial realms too, because you know you get into Solomonic magic where you're dealing with seals and you're dealing with different stuff like that, and you're pulling different energies from certain planetary bodies that hold certain pools of energy that you can bring down and you can call down and you can manifest. Though that's what Mugamu is. And so when we came here, we brought the science of, you know, magic Mugamu, or you know, Wu. You know what I'm saying? How to move the energies around you. You know, you got low magic, you got high magic, you got all types of different, you got sorcery, all these fall into different categories. You got root workers, people who work with just solely with the roots of the earth. You know, that's a form of geomancy to me. So, you know, this is a time where we're going back to that time frame, you know, where people are doing so much magic now that the veil is not even there. You know what I'm saying? We got creatures manifesting from the abyss and shit. Like, it's people are seeing creatures and some bird box shit, which the bird box was talking about Revelations, not to be biblical. Fuck religion. But you know, because the Bible itself is a star map. That's where people get fucked up. That Bible is a star map. You feel me? It is a star map taken from other older star maps that told you how to get your ass back home. You know what I'm saying? They also have manuscripts of how to build spaceships for us to get back home. That's what happened in Babylon. We figured out how to get the fuck back off of here. Like, hey, we are the gods. Let's go back home. Fucking scatter them all across the earth. Practice what you feel. I practice. It's a matter of feeling. I mean, trying to access Sumerian magic is not easy. Like, most of it is bullshit. Most of it is you're gonna run up is just a bunch of Zechariah extension chopped up bullshit that don't tell you the truth about none of that shit. That's all. Practice whatever you feel, whatever you led to. What you are doing now is what you would probably have always done. So follow the feelings inside, you know, follow what's inside your gut, you know, what's in your intuition. That's why I don't give out spells. That's why you know, you come to me and I'll do the service for you, you know what I'm saying? But I don't give out spells because I feel people should be led and guided to what they should create their spells with. Because when you're sitting there trying to create a spell, you're listening to the spirits that are around you, the ones who are going to go do the shit that you want them to do, that you want done. You feel me? They're the ones that they're going to go tell you the recipe. Hey, this is what's up. You know, like, here you go. This is what you need. Look at this. Look at that. And it's a way of you saying there is no restrictions on my ability. I can just go out somewhere and find magic anywhere. I can find magic in this dry ass plant. I can find magic here. I can find magic there. If something sticks out to my vision or my psychic vision or whatever, I will go and pull that, or I'll use that root, or I'll use this jar, or I'll use that thing, or I do this, you know. So that's the magic, you know. Then you got the Solomonic magic where you're using the planetary energies that's aligned at certain times to do certain shit. That's how real magic was done back in the day. Is you had to align to some shit. Like you couldn't just do. I mean, people were doing magic every day, you know, seals and shit. But you know what I'm saying, you had to. You know, and all these schools that they're talking about, Babylon, Kemet, Egypt, these are all schools of magic. All schools of magic. They're all schools of magic. Yeah, shaman work is the best because it just comes natural. You get that's like chaos. You know, you can just mix anything because you're led to by your ancestors. You're led to by the earth. You're led to by the plants. You know, you talk to the trees. You listen to the trees whistle. There was actually an ancient group of people, practitioners who actually used to listen and talk to the trees. That's how they knew information about what was going on the land. Oh shit, there's an earthquake trunk coming because it's a certain way that the tree. That's how they would divine. They divine trees. They divine clouds. Or nowadays, you probably can't divine no clouds because these ain't real clouds. These aluminum foil clouds. Like, so when you're tapping into that energy, you know, make sure you keep yourself protected. Make sure you focus your energy. Have meditation down pat, you know, and create your own spells. You know, and if you need help, come to me and work something out with me, and I perform something for you. I do ceremonial magic, high magic, any kind of magic you think of. I pretty much doing it. I've been studying shit for like since I was 14 years old. Started practicing even last couple of years. Started really like practicing like breakaway. So like it's a lot of information that I can share, especially when it comes to Sumerian magic, all that Annunagi shit, because y'all already know who I bees. So like but yeah, I'll probably start teaching some meditation and stuff soon, and probably like teach like how to do some hand seals and stuff like that, you know, and different stuff. So any questions? You ever notice when the sun come out, your hair start reaching up for the sun? It'd be like, oh. Let's see. What else? So yeah, that is that one. Maybe I'll make one a little later, probably going a little deeper. I really would like to teach, but most people don't have the attention span to sit there and listen to me like really teach a lesson, like where I break out like a projector and the whole shit. And I really will teach you some shit. So but if people are interested in that, let me know, you know, where I'll actually teach. Like I grew up watching some of, you know, Dr. Dilbert Blair, you know what I'm saying? I caught a little bit of Dr. Eileen Bay. He's cool, like, and I found them congruent to what I already knew and confirming with a lot of shit that I experienced. So, you know, like I could teach for 3 hours, you know, sometimes if y'all had it, but nobody's going to pay attention that long. Also going to try to make some videos, some movies too, because I can edit and make videos. I can do a lot of different stuff. So like I'm going to put these talents to use and bring out some videos and some movies so y'all can see what I'm talking about, so y'all can see, you know, a lot of the stuff that and stuff like that, because I used to keep a lot of files, extraterrestrial files and stuff like that. I've been hunting extraterrestrials for like a long time, so I'm gonna start filming me doing that. Catching extraterrestrials. A sacrifice, it requires a sacrifice, pretty much a payment or some sorts. Real, you know, if you're using real dark magic or you're using, there's usually a sacrifice. There's usually a payment. There's nothing free in this universe. until you get to like higher dimensions. I mean, I guess, I mean, nothing free besides energy. And then shit, as it goes through different stages and shit like that, shit, it's either service to self or service to others, or you keep the balance or whatever. But when you're doing magic, it involves certain deities. Yeah, you got to make sacrifices. There's a sacrifice that has to be made. There's got to be payment, especially in when you're in the magic realm, because the magic realm runs on currency. That's the merchant realm. Think about like back in the ancient times where they had those little merchants and shit, and they're like magicians and shit right there. They all like it's incense and shit burning, and everybody's got their garb on and shit like that. Like that died. Where did that go? That goes to the astral realm. So they the ones that's, you know, and then you got ancestral shit like that. So, you know, sacrifice, you know, you go to the merchant, you're gonna go to, or a jinn or something like that, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna require a payment or something. Like that's just pact making itself, I guess, or weaving webs, or when you do certain entities. But you know, certain entities will get in your auric field and they can fuck shit up. So that's what black magic kind of is. You're summoning darker entities and to do dark shit, and you know what I'm saying, it can consume you. Necessarily people be like, oh, dark magic won't consume you. It can. It will consume your life. You got to have a balance of light and dark, especially if you're not a child of, like, you know, dark magic, or as they say, a child of the night or some shit like that, where like that's your power, like where like you speak ill on somebody, that shit happens immediately. That's pretty much like what I mean. My foot always falling asleep in these videos. So yeah, y'all, that's about it. I'm probably gonna go smoke some more, probably go write some more lectures and see what I can come up with some more information for y'all. Hopefully y'all found that deep. Everybody share this video, like, comment, you know what I'm saying, and peace.
I'm gonna